The Apple Watch is actually an amazing watch for running, and I'm preparing for a marathon with it. So today I'm gonna share all the secret features that I use to train for the marathon, to track my runs for fun, and just use my Apple Watch on a daily basis. Now, the first thing that I want to do, even if it's just for regular working outs, is you want to go to the settings app, go all the way to the very bottom, find workout, and there's a ton of things that you can turn on and off here. I tend to keep low power mode turned off, your GPS readings turned off. But the most important, most valuable thing, if you have the Apple Watch Ultra or the Ultra 2, is precision start. This, for some reason, is not toggled on default, so make sure to turn it on. And this allows you to press on the workout that you want to do. So let's say I want to do like an outdoor run. I can go ahead and tap that, and it's actually not going to do that 3, 2, 1 countdown that most Apple Watches will do. But since I have the action button right over here, I can wait to see that GPS is being acquired if I'm doing an outdoor activity, or if it's just indoor. I just need to be able to start the activity without actually looking at my watch. I can wait until it's ready, and then I press the action button. Boom, it starts the workout and I'm ready to go. Precision Start allows my Apple Watch Ultra to feel more like a Garmin, and it's really important for races. If I'm doing an outdoor run with a group, right? I don't want to go ahead and be tapping a whole bunch of screens and menu options and waiting for that 3, 2, 1 countdown. I just want to start and go without looking at my watch. Next, if you scroll down, there's an auto pause feature. I like to turn this on. I've found that the Apple Watch is pretty good when I stop at a red light to auto pause, and then it restarts my running. Some people might not like that, but I like to keep it on. I keep my start and end workout reminders on because sometimes I forget that I need to start or end the workout. So it's just good to have that just in case. You might not know that you can actually press 2 buttons at the same time to pause your workout as well as to resume. So let's say you're taking a break, you don't want to track that part of your run, cycle, whatever it is. I can press the action button and the digital crown, or the action button and this other button next to it, and that will pause my workout. This way you don't need to actually use the touchscreen. I'm a big fan of not using a touchscreen while I'm working out. Cycling workouts, view metrics on iPhone. This is huge if you want to use your iPhone as kind of like a GPS computer. And then detect gym equipment. So if your gym equipment has something called GymKit, this is where you can tap your watch and get literally the exact distance that you're running on the treadmill on your watch. Something I'll talk about next is custom workouts, TrainingPeaks Integration. That does not work with gym equipment. So if I have a custom workout, I can't use GymKit and the treadmill integration, which is a bit disappointing. But I would turn this on so that way you can just tap your watch and get all the treadmill data sent to your watch, as well as sending your heart rate data back to the treadmill. One downside is this is not available on all treadmills, but some of the treadmills at my gym support it. Some gyms might have more treadmills that support it. You just have to look for the ones that kind of say NFC or have like a GymKit or a Apple/Samsung watch integration. Voice feedback. I tend to keep this on because if I have headphones on, I can hear feedback about my workout. Heart rate zones. I actually did a metabolic fitness test and I got custom zones. These will obviously change as you train, but if you'd like, I'd go ahead and change those to manual if you know what your heart rate zones are. What are you drinking? What is that?
Let me teach you about LMNT. 1,000 milligrams sodium, 200 milligrams potassium, 60 milligrams of magnesium. Put it in there, just like that.
Whose LMNT is that?
The content closet.
How often are you taking it, huh?
Just, every once in a while.
Every once a day?
Not enough for like me to pay for my own, but like for me to borrow.
Why do you take it twice a day?
I take it on days where I think I'm sweating a lot.
You think you're sweating a lot. It's snowing outside. You gonna sweat?
Today I'm doing a long run. I don't take them for the shorter runs. Sometimes if I'm like saunaing, I'll take one.
Damn! No wonder we're running out of element, huh?
Really? Oh wait, just asking for more. Drink LMNT/Shervin. So I
DrinkLMNT.com/Shervin.
DrinkLMNT.com/Shervin. Thank you, LMNT.
Connected apps. I use TrainingPeaks to input custom running workouts, potentially cycling and other things as well, into my Apple Watch. Cycling power, if you also do a test, you can input custom information there. So those are the basic features that I would activate under settings and workout for your Apple Watch to get ready to use as many of the features as possible on your watch. I do recommend using the Apple Watch Ultra. That's going to give you the most advanced features when it comes to start, stop, multi-band GPS, the action button, which is kind of disappointing because now you're almost paying double the price just to get the action button and multi-band GPS, which I think are the two most important things for outdoor activities. I'm hoping that we see a cheaper action version of the Apple Watch. Next is custom workouts. So I use an app with my coach called TrainingPeaks, if you watch that video, and you can actually create custom workouts on your Apple Watch if you open the workout app. Let's say I want to do an outdoor run. If your coach gives you a workout or you found something online and you want to create that workout in your watch, it just makes it really easy to follow that, whether it's like mile repeats at a certain pace, or you're doing kind of like a track workout. I love having those custom workouts built in. I used to have a coach that would write workouts on paper and then I would input them manually. So what you want to do is scroll all the way down, you say create workout, and it gives you options. You can create a workout based on open, calories, distance, time, and even pacer. The pacer one is cool because you can set like, I want to run 5 miles at a 7-minute per mile pace. And then the pacer will help guide you to make sure you're within range. But I think the best one is custom. So here you can see, I actually didn't add in my warm-ups, but it was like 400 meters at a 5:20 to 5:30 pace because we're trying to aim for sub 5-minute mile. I actually had notifications turned on. That's what that bell is. So if I went outside of that pace, it would buzz and let me know. And then I had a 1-minute recovery. So at the end of the 1 minute, it would vibrate, make a sound if the sound is on, and then I knew, all right, go into the next thing. So it's kind of like having the workout ready to go on your watch. It's guiding you as you're doing it. You don't have to remember what you're doing. I love that full custom workout integration because when you have these kind of like weird workouts where it might be a bit complex, like this one, we're repeating it 8 times. It's gonna guide me through, count the minutes. I don't have to manually do any of that work. And when your workout is effortless and you just have to listen to your watch, it makes it that much easier to actually complete your workout because I think adherence and completing your workout is probably the most important thing. And there's a lot of different things. You can do it by meters, miles, whatever distance. You can have notifications for heart rate, pacing, whatever it is. So when I'm doing my zone 2 workouts, I would actually just have it for like 45 minutes and then buzz me if I go outside of the heart rate range. That way I don't have to look at my watch. So that's what I love using custom workouts for. Where there's another layer on top of that, if you have a coach or you want to use an app like TrainingPeaks, and there's a ton of other apps, your coach can actually write your workout in the app. As long as I have the TrainingPeaks app on my phone, it's gonna now input that workout as a custom workout. That's why it's purple. And I can go ahead and tap the triple dots here. I can see what the workout is. This is the workout my coach wrote inside of TrainingPeaks. So it's a 2-mile warm up at this pace. And then it's mile repeats. We're doing 4 mile repeats in the fast and the recovery paces. Looks like there's no warm down. And if I want to add this to my workout app, I can to do it later. But what's nice about the TrainingPeaks, even less effort. I don't have to write the workouts because right now you can really only create the custom workouts on your Apple Watch. But if you want to do it on a computer, you can't, or your iPhone, you can't. So using an integration like TrainingPeaks, they use the custom workouts API and you can write the workout on the TrainingPeaks desktop and then automatically send it to your watch. All right, so for me, there are 2 essentially types of workouts. There's like an easy run where I want to maintain a certain heart rate zone or a certain pace. So I will set those 2 things on a time-based or distance-based custom workout. And then there are actual track workouts or really hard workouts where there's a very specific thing we're doing to try and push a certain level. And that could be like middle tier challenging, really challenging V02 Max workouts. And having the custom workout automatically in my watch is super seamless and effortless, and I love that. Obviously, there are other watch brands that work with this integration too, but it is available on Apple Watch and most people don't know. Now, the next thing I like to do is I prefer to actually watch YouTube videos while I'm running rather than listening to stuff. So I will use my iPhone to play music or play a YouTube video in the background. But if I go to the Spotify app on my Apple Watch, there's a downloads tab. And if you don't have cellular activated, you can download the music to your watch and you can just listen to the music on your watch. It's super seamless. If you do have cellular, like I think I do have cellular right now activated, we can tap it here. Boom, cellular data roaming, Verizon. I can actually stream music if I really wanted to, but that will also kill your battery. I don't use this feature as often. I prefer to play music through YouTube on my phone. Now, when it comes to actually tracking some information about my training, I really like to look at cardio fitness in the health app. If you're really unsure how to find that, go to your Apple Health, tap browse on the bottom right. You can just search cardio fitness. There it is. And now I can see kind of trends over like, let's say 6 months. You can see this is when I broke my foot. My cardio fitness drastically dropped. But on the days where I'm really training and doing a great job, it tends to be increasing. Like right now we're doing marathon training again, so I can see that it's increasing. So just seeing data that's improving reaffirms the fact that my training is working, and it gets me excited to keep running, keep training, go and chasing after whatever the goal is. Next is the fitness app, and this is where I get to actually look at my run. So we can go indoor run. Here's my custom workout. I did a run with strides from TrainingPeaks. I can see how far I ran, total calories burned, my average pace, the intervals that we did, and how fast I did them with my heart rates and cadence for each of them, splits for each of my miles, as well as my general heart rate. I tend to look at this stuff from time to time, but not as often. I allow my coach to kind of do all the data crunching. But this interesting information is there if you'd like to look at it. And I love that you can kind of tap here and drag if you want to see by the minute. It's cool, but never really use it. Oh yeah, and if you do an outdoor run, you can actually see where you ran, start to finish. And if you want to look at your metrics, Let's see if we tap show more for workout details, I can actually see, all right, my heart rate peaked right over here, and maybe I was going up a hill. No, right here, there were more hills. But I love that I can see my heart rate and where exactly on the map I was for that. You can reorganize these if you really want. You can see all the advanced data metrics. These are just there. I don't look at them as often as maybe I should, because I think the most important thing is showing up and running. But these are just some cool things you can look at if you like to use your Apple Watch for running. And then finally, Strava. So I love using Strava. Follow me on Strava at Shervin Shares. But how I set up the Strava is I go into You and then Settings, Application, Services, and Devices. You want to connect with health. So you tap that, it's gonna say connect. You wanna turn all of them on. Actually, I don't want Strava to write anything, so I turn all of those off because I'm doing all my tracking on the Apple Watch app. You can turn on automatic uploads. I don't like to do that just in case I publish where I am on Strava. I like to wait a little bit. But for example, today I did a sauna session, so I can go ahead and tap import. If I wanted to import a run, I could. Now we swipe back. You can also connect other devices too. Your Apple Watch, if you want to track your runs on your Apple Watch, you want to turn all of these on. Finish, done. And now I can track the run on my Apple Watch, but I don't use that. I track the run on the fitness app, and then I import from Apple Health. So if we come back home, go to notifications, it'll tell me when I have a new Apple workout ready for import. I can tap import. Once it's imported, it's gonna say your workout is ready to view. I can go ahead and see, oh, here's my workout from today. We did a 2 and 12-hour sauna session. I can tap edit activity. I can just be like bathhouse flat iron, because that's where we went. If I have any photos, I might attach it. I usually change the shoes that I'm also wearing, but this is not a run, so there's no shoes. But let's go to an actual run. So stride repeats here. I would tap the triple bars, edit activity. I'll actually select the shoes that I have, and then this will track the mileage for those shoes so I know when to replace them, so I'm not using my shoes too much. I'll add a photo to make it more fun and maybe rename it. And then this is just a way to be social, maybe have some public accountability. You do have to follow me to see all these runs, or else they're going to be hidden. But if I do a treadmill, I'll typically attach a photo of the treadmill. If I'm lucky, GymKit will automatically have the exact distance of pacing for that. But Strava is another way where I will import all of my Apple Watch data from Apple Health into this app and make it a fun social experience. Now, if you're someone who you're just getting into running and you're not really sure, one recommended, just run 1 mile, super easy, and then maybe increase it a little bit each time. But I would take every other day off at the very beginning at least. Or you can do audio workouts from Fitness Plus if you have that. Here I can tap audio workouts, and if I tap into it, there's going to be options for time to walk as well as time to run. So there are some cool ones where they're going to talk to you while you're running. I think there's a, let's see, time to run. I'm pretty sure there's a New York one here where they're going to kind of talk to you about a tour of New York while you're running. Pretty cool way to get into running and maybe feel distracted if you need it. But this is a fun way to get started with running, and you can download that entire thing on your Apple Watch so you don't need cellular or Wi-Fi data. But these timed runs are pretty fun, and they're always adding new ones. So that's a great way to get started. Or what I recommend is just find a running group near you, and you can go ahead and run with them, start your workout, and have fun running. And what I would do in that case is I would go tap the action button to open my workout. I would go find outdoor run, make sure we're on the open goal here. There's also race routes if you want to race yourself. And then I would wait for GPS to be acquired, so this will turn blue because we're inside, it's not going to work. But once GPS is acquired, I'm hanging out, I'm socializing with friends. One thing I have noticed, if you wait too long, you could get the orange screen of death. So I've had this issue past 2 years now. I think it's a software thing. But if I leave it on this screen for too long, maybe wait like 5 minutes, and I come back, and where every time I press the action button, even though it vibrates and shows an orange screen, I still wait for that to go away to double check that my Apple Watch has started. But this is kind of like a software bug I've had since Apple Watch Ultra 1, and it seems to happen at very random times, so it's kind of hard to tell. Okay, I updated my watch today, not sure why it's doing this. So like I have to restart the watch, but like my Garmin's ready to go. I want to run. I don't have to like restart my watch just to get it to work. But the one thing I did notice is if you're on the screen for too long, that's like the common occurrence. But I would start this, hang out in the running group, get to know people, and then when it's like, all right, we're getting to run, boom, you press action button, double check that it started, and then you can start running. That's probably the easiest way to get going. And then once the run is over, I'll press start workout, the timer starts. I'm going to double press 2 buttons, it pauses the workout. Then you do need to end the workout. Since I do sweat a lot, and if it's wintertime and I'm wearing long sleeve, my sleeves can get wet and sweaty, and they can actually like touch the screen and change things. So while I'm running too, another thing I will do is press this button here to turn on the control center, and then I'll turn on water lock. It's still gonna track your heart rate, everything, and you can interact, you can start, right? I can resume the workout, I can pause the workout, but the screen is locked, so I can't do anything. You can still use the digital crown to go between your views as well, which you can customize your views too. But I always turn on water lock when I'm working out, just because sweat, winter, if I'm wearing gloves, whatever it is, ideally don't want to touch the screen. But yeah, how I would actually do the workout is go ahead, open up the fitness workout app, find what workout I'm doing, wait for GPS, press the action button to start, turn on water lock. Once the workout's over, I pause the workout and then I'll turn off water lock, swipe to end, and go on with my day, import that workout into Strava, add some fun notes, add my shoes, add any kind of cool photos, and that would be my run. And I kind of rinse and repeat that process for every run. Make sure to follow me on Strava, Instagram, X, @ShervinShares. Let's be social, talk to me online. Since you enjoyed this video, turn on notifications. Go watch my entire marathon prep series. I'm doing the London Marathon, and I want to thank everyone who donated. If you want to donate, there will be a link down below. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.